Hey you guys, it's Channon Rose and I'm here with my mom.
Hi.
She came to visit me in my new house. Do you love it?
I love it.
Aww.
It's beautiful, it's big, it's gorgeous. The neighborhood is like incredible.
I'm really glad that you like it. I had put on Twitter that my mom was coming into town and if you guys wanted to see any videos, and that you guys wanted to see a lot of videos.
But I decided to go to sleep.
She did. She decided we were going to film to fall. She literally just woke up from her nap. And I was like in my office working, and she's like, all right, let's go. I'm like, you just like woke up ready to film.
I did.
Yeah.
I knew she wanted to do it, so.
Yeah, and I'm sure they're all really glad that you decided to film a video.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys asked for a bunch of different videos. You wanted like mom doing my makeup or me doing my makeup on my mom, and we already did those videos on my beauty channel like a while, like months back when we went to Hawaii together. I know that a lot of you guys like when we talk about like my childhood because I was really bad as a teenager. And she's like, yeah, she was. I think it's funny. I think like maybe we'll tell a few stories from my childhood, her perspective as a mom, how she didn't kill me, because I'm pretty surprised that like you didn't try to give me away or...
It's a distant memory now.
I don't know how you still love me, like,
Aww.
or how you still, or like how you like, did you like stop loving me at some point?
Never.
Really?
Yeah.
That's like unconditional love.
Yes.
Because I literally did everything to make you like literally want to kill me.
Yeah. No.
She's a saint.
Yeah.
Hashtag Mama Joy is a saint. So what did like family say when I was getting in all that trouble? Like what did family and your friends tell you?
They just knew when I couldn't go to any events, it was because of Shannon.
Poor mom. Oh my God.
My brother's wedding.
Oh, really?
Rick's wedding.
You couldn't go to it because of me?
Mm-hmm.
What did I do?
I don't know. I think we were maybe at the hospital. I'm not sure.
See, these are things that I don't remember. So that makes me feel like shit. So if you're watching this and you're a bad kid, think about when you get older and you actually care what your parents think of you, because then you'll feel like shit when you're older for being such an asshole when you're little.
She's made up for it.
Well, that's good.
Over and over and over again.
Sorry, Uncle Rick. So by hospital, she means like a mental hospital.
Yeah, or an emergency room with just,
Right.
They all got jumbled together.
So a really interesting story, which I don't know if we've told or not before, is one of my mini stays at a psychiatric hospital. It was not a very nice one. I think maybe it was even like a state-run mental hospital. But I remember being there and it was really boring when I was in there. Like something was just like, I don't know, I got bored, and so I decided to like stir things up, and I went in through like the clerical office part of the thing, and I started like throwing files and like getting up on like the counter and just like just acting out on purpose because I was bored. And once in a mental hospital, which you've never been in one, well, you've been in one to visit me, but like never actually been a patient. And I don't know how it is now, it could be totally different, but back in the day at this one, once one patient like starts acting up, it kind of riles up like all the other patients, and then like we all start going crazy. I remember it was like a literal madhouse. And they give you, when you're bad and you're acting out, they give you this thing called booty juice. And it is a shot, like an injection they put in your arm or your butt, like intramuscular injection of Thorazine. Yes. And it like knocks you out like a horse tranquilizer. And then they put you in like this padded room, like isolation room. And I remember getting that, and I would do it on purpose to get booty juice so that the time could pass like quicker, because I hated being there. It was so boring, and it like literally makes you crazy because it's like being in a prison, but worse because you're like surrounded with other people that have like really serious issues and are dangerous. It's just like being in jail, just like a different type. And so I remember you coming to visit, and I literally was like drooling. I could barely open my eyes. I could barely walk. And you were like, what did you give my daughter? And you ended up taking me out, like checking me out of the facility because I was so drugged when you came to visit me. And I had been like that for like 3 days, but I don't think you knew for 3 days I was like that. It was just like when you came to visit that day. Do you remember that?
Kind of remember that.
Is everything like a blur?
Yeah, most of it is.
Like on purpose? You think you blocked it out?
Probably.
Yeah. That's how she still loves me because she can't remember half of the things that I did. I remember that. And then actually crazy because that mental hospital got shut down because
I do remember that. It was in Van Nuys, I think.
Yeah. Do you know why they got shut down?
No.
Because staff were sexually molesting the patients.
Really?
Yeah, and they got like more than one complaint, and so they ended up shutting the facility down. At least that's what I read. So that's pretty crazy. Do you have any other fun stories? Oh, what about when you got my head stuck in the window?
Okay, so that wasn't anything crazy. That was me crazy.
Well, it's a good change up for us here.
I do remember that. We were living in North Hills, and I pulled up, and we had the Jeep Cherokee. Brittany must have been a little bigger because you weren't that little.
Tell them how you got the Jeep. Where it came from.
I was married to her dad. His dad was Paul Sr., and he was married to Dottie Seepeck. Unless you know about off-the-road tires and equipment, it was a big company back then. So they had a Jeep that they like souped up with everything, the tires and everything that they used for a commercial, and then we bought it from them. So that's the Jeep that I had for years.
It was like a silver Jeep. It was really cool.
It was really cool. It was beautiful. And
she got my head stuck in the window of it one time.
Well, before that, I was going to say that she would sit in the back seat in her little, what do you call it, booster chair or whatever.
Seat. Do they have those still, booster seats?
They probably do.
Yeah.
And I would watch her fall asleep, and it was so cute.
Aww.
She would the Jeep would bob, and so she would bob until she got tired and her eyes would start to go, and then her head would go, and she'd sleep. And I could take her anywhere and everywhere. I'd take her out of the car. Back then, it didn't just disconnect where you could carry the carrier everywhere. You literally had to get him out of the seat and put them, against you, and we didn't have any of those holders or contraptions.
Sucks to be a mom back then.
Yeah, but she can sleep through anything now.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
One day we pulled up, and I was like, okay, get out of the car, and I went to push the electric windows up, and she's like, Mom, I'm like, what? And she's like, my head is in the window. So I started laughing, got out of the car.
No, you were already out of the car. So this is what happened. You rolled the windows up, and I was trying, didn't say anything because I was trying to get my head out, and I had panicked. And I don't know why my head was outside of the window to begin with.
I know. Why? What were you looking at?
I don't know what I was doing. I was probably trying to get some fresh air. Who knows what I was doing. I was a weird child. So my head was all the way outside of the window of the car. She had rolled the windows up, and my head got stuck in the window, and so I panicked, and I didn't say anything, and I was trying to pull my head to see if it could come out, and it wouldn't. So my mom gets out of the car, shuts the door, and I'm like, Mom, wait, because she was gonna leave me without me. She didn't know that my head was stuck. I'm like, Mom, wait, and my head was stuck in the window, and she went to try to,
turn the car back on, make the windows go down, and they wouldn't. They were stuck. So
I was legitimately stuck, you guys.
I still don't know how she got her head out of the window.
But anytime we talk about it, she starts laughing so hard. She honestly thinks it's the funniest thing ever that my head got stuck in the window.
Yeah.
She also thinks it's really funny that she left my little sister at home when she was 2 weeks old. You want to tell that story? Sorry, Britt. Does she know this story?
I don't know if Britt knows it.
Oh, well. She doesn't watch my videos, I don't think.
So I had my stepdaughter Chantel, their older sister, in the car too, and Shannon, and Britt was only a couple weeks old. We had just got home from the hospital, and we were bored, so we wanted to go shopping, to the mall. It was raining, so we all got all our stuff together and jumped in the car, and we're a couple blocks away, and Chantel, their older sister's where's Britt? She was such a little mommy even back then.
Yeah, Chantel, she's talking about.
She was probably 12. And I go, oh my God, we left Britt at home.
And you were what, a block away?
We were a couple blocks away.
If Chantel wasn't in the car, how far do you think you would have gone?
I don't know. maybe all the way to the mall. I don't know.
So this is
It was pretty funny.
That is really fun. That's a funny story now. Oh, I also ate a whole plant, by the way, one
she
time.
did. So I had her in the playpen at home so I could get stuff done. and it was next to a tree, and she must have started eating the leaves. She must have been hungry, but I fed her all the time.
Were you starving? You weren't starving me?
No.
I just wanted to be vegan even back then.
Yeah, so she started eating the plant and started throwing up, and then I started freaking out.
And I pooped green for like days.
Well, I called, poison control to make sure that it wasn't a poisonous tree she was eating. And it wasn't, so she was okay. And she was pooping green. She never did that again. Neither did I.
put a kid in a place next to a. I mean, that's how you learn. My mom, she was like the first of everyone to have kids. And so she didn't know anything about, because you're kind of like me, where we didn't like know anything about kids or like kind of learn as you go, And so you learn from your mistakes, guys. And hopefully you don't kill your kid in the meantime.
Look, they turned out perfect.
I'm fine. I mean, I have some issues, not gonna lie. I say because she didn't breastfeed me, but don't.
I did for about 2 weeks.
You breastfed me 2 weeks?
Yes.
Good job. Oh, Brittany's the one that didn't get breastfed at all.
Yeah, Brittany didn't get any.
Why did you stop breastfeeding?
Because I was walking around the house naked all day long. I was like, okay, this is not for me.
Mom, growing up, you walked around the house naked all the time.
Yes. But I couldn't go anywhere. Back then, you didn't just breastfeed anywhere either. So I was like, okay, I'm over this.
So it was just inconvenient.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you knew what they know now about breastfeeding and how important it is,
then I probably would.
You would have kept doing it.
Yeah, maybe for like 6 months, maybe.
That's a long time. 6 months. I mean, like anybody that can breastfeed, like more power to you. Some women can't breastfeed at all, But sorry, Britt, that you didn't get any breast milk. But she's fine.
Oh yeah, I have another funny story I just remembered.
Okay.
So, with the breastfeeding thing. So I don't know if all of you know that this happens, but it does.
What is it?
When I was breastfeeding, my boobs were like huge, and then you decide not to breastfeed, and you can only pump so much, and then they just kind of like get enormous. Hurts like hell. You have to use ice packs and warm packs to try to make them feel better until the milk kind of absorbs, which takes a long time from what I remember anyway. So it happened with you. And then with Brittany, I was in the hospital, and I'm like, okay, back then they could give you like a shot to try to dry up the milk. So I was like, okay, I want those shots because I'm not going to breastfeed. So they gave me, actually they weren't shots, I think they were pills. So they gave me the pills in the hospital. I was there for a couple days, and the milk didn't come in. I'm like, oh, I'm good to go. And they gave me more pills to take home, and of course I didn't go fill them because I thought I was totally fine now. And 2 days after I got home, oh my God, my breast like filled up so huge with milk. Thought I was gonna die. I like had to wrap them up and
really?
Yeah, and put ice. It was terrible.
So did you try pumping it out?
No, I didn't have like one of those machines back then.
Oh my God. Wait, did they have those machines back then to pump?
They probably did, but not like so available like they do today, and not where people buy their own.
Right.
Yeah, no.
It's crazy, like, so technology. It's so much easier probably to be a mom now. Like, as far as all the new strollers and, like,
oh, yeah,
breast pumps and stuff like
that. They have everything you can imagine now. They didn't have that back then.
Yeah.
What else was there? There was something else I was just thinking of that so you get old and you like know 1 second and forget the next.
It's not an old thing. It happens to me all the time. And I feel like our memories are like totally the same. So what is like the worst thing that you remember that I did?
No, one of the funniest ones. I don't know if we've talked about that before either. Do you know what I'm going to say?
No.
Are you sure?
I don't think so.
So we went on vacation, just my husband back then and I, to Colorado, snow skiing. And my sister, who was like a kid, she was probably 19 or 20, was taking care of Shannon for me when we were on vacation. Now do you know what I'm going to say?
The chickenpox one?
So my sister calls my mom and says, I don't know, but Shannon has these spots all over her and she's itching. I don't know what's wrong with her. And my mom lived in Florida and we were in California, and my mom's telling my sister, I think they're the chicken pox. So now my sister calls me up freaking out. Shannon has the chicken pox. Like, she wants me to come home. I'm like, so? I don't know if I've ever had the chicken pox, so good luck.
That's what she said to her sister. So she drops me off. Well, how old was I? I was little.
So you were already with her when
No, I
you
know,
got
but
the
how
chicken
old was
pox.
I? Do you remember?
Oh, you were like 3.
Okay, so I'm 3 years old. She drops her 3-year-old off with her like 20-year-old sister that also knows nothing about kids and is like, thanks for babysitting. I'm going snow skiing in Aspen or Colorado, wherever you were. And
see you in a week.
yeah. And then she calls and she's like, she has chicken pox. She's like, good luck. I'm not coming home. Like, you take care of that. I don't know if I've had the chicken pox.
And I don't want to get them.
Yeah. Poor Aunt Chen, we love you.
Yes, we do.
She took care of me a lot.
Yeah.
Actually, I have a funny story about Aunt Jen.
What?
Do you remember what?
Yeah, I do. Tell that one.
So my Aunt Jen took care of me a lot when I was little.
She did.
Yeah, and so I had like this strong bond and connection with her. And as soon as she got a boyfriend, I did not like him because it's like, you know, taking away your
From
person.
you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he's really tall. My Uncle Lance is really tall. And I don't know if there was an apartment or what, but they had this big chandelier. I think he knew I didn't like him. And I was little too. And he walked into the apartment and he banged his head on the chandelier and I started laughing so hard. And I think that's how he knew I did not like him, but I love him now. But isn't that so funny? I was such a little brat even when I was little. Oh, you want to talk about the popcorn thing?
Oh, so I used to make popcorn from like scratch, like Orville Redenbacher little kernels, and I'd put them in the big giant pot, and I was really good at this, and it tasted delicious. So I would pop the popcorn like every day, every other day, big giant batch of it, and I would put Lawry's seasoning salt on it. Tasted so delicious. And then I would put them in big baggies and I would send Shan to the babysitter with the bag and she would share, all right. Her sharing was like she'd take one kernel and go, one for you, and one for you, and one for you. But they all loved it and I gave it to her all the time. Years later, we ran into somebody that you used to
share my
another little
with?
Kid that you shared your popcorn with, and she remembered that.
Does she? That's that's the funniest thing.
That
because
was really funny.
Your parents teach you like you need to share your toys and like share your food and whatever. And so I said I would share, but I would literally give them one piece of like my big thing of popcorn, like, okay, well, I'll share with you, but you only get one. And you only get one little kernel of popcorn. My little greedy ass was like trying to share when I was little. Now I'm a very good sharer.
Yes. Back then, though, you didn't want to share with your sister either. When I had Brittany, Shannon said, I wish you never had her because she wanted to be an only child, spoiled.
I don't remember ever saying that.
You said it all the time.
How old was I?
You were young, maybe you were like 5, but you said it a lot.
I was awful. I have to say this. Maybe when you're younger, you don't like you don't like your siblings, or even like in your teenage years, like she hated me. I wanted to hold her all the time. I got to a point like I loved picking her up because she was so cute, and she was like, "Put me down." So like you go through stages when you have siblings. I think like where you hate each other, but when you're older, we are so glad that we have each other. Like I can literally show texts that would make you so happy because we're like, I don't know what I would do without having my sister. Like I love her so much. She is just like amazing. And so for me, I feel like having kids, like if we have one, we need to have another one because I think siblings are so important. And if you don't have a sibling, like I feel kind of sad for only children. I mean, you guys get more attention. If you're an only child, you get more attention from like your parents and all the money spent on you, but I think at the same time, it's nice to have. My mom had 8 brothers and sisters growing up.
I did. It was a blast. You'd get in a fight with one, you go to another room, play with that one, you could just keep moving on.
Yeah.
And so I had Shannon, and I actually wasn't going to have any more.
Oh.
And my girlfriend, Bridget, was supposed to be getting married, so I kept telling your dad, no, we can't have a baby yet. We got to wait because I'm going to be in the wedding.
She didn't want to be pregnant in the wedding.
Didn't want to be pregnant in the wedding. And then like almost a year went by and he's like, okay, enough of this. And I had also decided I couldn't have an only child because I had so much fun growing up that you needed to have a sister or brother, really a sister.
Yeah.
Were
you so glad that I was a girl when you found out?
Oh my God. When they told me that actually that Brittany was a girl for sure, I was so excited. When I found out about you, they told me like 98% that you were a girl, and you were a girl. No matter what, you were coming out a girl.
Law of attraction, guys. I'm having a girl. It's going to be a girl. I don't care. So
But on my flight here, I met a kid. He's about 15. He was the sweetest guy ever. We had a really great conversation. So if I would have had a boy, I probably would have been a really good mom to him too.
Yeah, you're an amazing mom, a total saint. So this is a question I actually got that got a lot of thumbs up on Twitter, and you don't have to tell it if you don't want, but I'm kind of curious because I don't even know. When you found out that you were pregnant with me, obviously, well, I said I was an accident. Someone else was like, no, you were a surprise. It's like a good way of thinking of it, like a nice way of saying it. So thanks for saying that. How did that happen? Like, how did you find out you're pregnant? Did you freak out? Like, how long had you been with dad until you found out you were pregnant? And then, like, how did it go? Like, I'm having an abortion or you're marrying me. Like, how did that conversation play out? Was he cool with it? Because dad's already had two kids from two different parents or moms.
He had 2 kids. We had been together for a year. We were already living together.
How old were you?
Oh my God. 22.
So that's young.
So, yeah, but back then everybody had kids like when they were 20.
Yeah.
Unlike today, most people wait until they're
longer.
like 30 or later before they even think about having kids. But I had been on birth control forever, and then I met him, and I was like, I got to get off of this. So I got off the birth control, and I think we were in Mammoth or whatever, and I don't know if he knew I wanted to get married, but I think he wanted to get married, and I think that was his way of trapping me. So I did get pregnant. I didn't know I was pregnant. I'm like, my boobs are killing me. Something is wrong here. And then sure enough, I was pregnant with Shan. I didn't know it was going to be Shan. And I pretty much told him, though, that I'm not having a baby without being married. And so next thing I knew, we were getting married. I got married when I was 3 months pregnant with Shannon. I was water skiing when I was 3 months pregnant with Shannon.
Oh,
yeah.
that's awesome. Travis would love to know that.
Oh, yeah.
So,
the funny thing was getting the wedding dress.
How did that go?
So I went with my sister Jennifer to look for a wedding dress.
Yeah.
And it was an older Jewish lady that was like helping us pick the dress out. And she's like, oh, this fits perfect. And I'm thinking, it's not going to fit perfect in, another month or 2 from now. I think I need a bigger size.
You didn't want to tell her?
She didn't understand, yeah,
Aww.
but I ordered the bigger size. And you couldn't tell that I was pregnant at the wedding.
Yeah, I saw some pictures, and you can't tell at all that she's.
And Shan didn't know that I was pregnant at the wedding either.
Who?
It was you. It was years before you knew that.
Oh, you mean like once I was after
when
I was
you were
born.
older.
Oh, you didn't tell me?
When you were older, I didn't tell you that.
Why?
That I was already pregnant when we got married, and then at some point you put 2 and 2 together.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't remember. Like you ever like.
I know you wouldn't care anyway,
no. I'm just glad you had me. Like, thanks, Mom and Dad, for popping me out. That's so funny.
And Chantel was so excited.
I know.
So Chantel flew in, and she literally like raised you when you were little. She taught you how to swim. She taught you everything.
Yeah. That's so cool. So that's kind of the story?
Yes. And then Britt came along, and Chantel took care of both of you.
Chantel?
She was like 13 taking care of 2 little babies.
Oh, I remember there's like video footage of you being like, Chantel. Yeah, do this, Chantel.
Get Shannon. Get Brittany.
Watch Shannon. We're like on a ski trip in Mammoth or something, and there's video footage, and you just hear my mom like barking orders at Chantel like to watch us like she was the mom. It's so cute. She loved it though. Chantel loved like taking care of us.
She did. You were like her little dolls.
Mm-hmm. Now she has her own 3 little dolls. Now she has 3 kids now. Handful. So crazy. So that is.
You guys are probably really bored by now. Yeah. Ready for us to be done.
If you guys liked this video, be sure to thumbs up the video, and also leave a comment down below if you want to see more videos with my mom, more story time videos, if you guys have anything else. But I know the whole like, what was the story behind you getting pregnant with me? Mm-hmm. So it was like a top question. So that's really interesting, and I'm glad that you told the story. That's interesting to know. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Mom, for being
You're
on
welcome.
with me. I love you so much.
I love you more.
Do you have anything you want to say?
Yes, have a great weekend,
Aw.
and I hope you enjoyed the video.
Oh, she's so cute. She cute.
Oh, wait.
Oh.
And Shannon is going to be in Los Angeles doing a meet and greet
Yes.
this coming weekend, Saturday and Sunday?
Just Saturday.
Just Saturday.
I don't know when this video's gonna go, but we're gonna go Saturday, January 13th at 5 p.m. I'm doing a meetup. You're like a momager. This is like the new Kris Jenner. She's like promoting my meetup. I love it. Yeah, it's gonna be at BlushCon. If you're in Southern California, be sure to
Come,
check
I'll
it
be
out.
there.
Yes, you guys can meet Mama Joy. And Travis is gonna be there.
Brittany will be there.
Oh yeah, my sister Brittany will be
Jason
there.
will be there.
Yeah, the fiance of Brittany. Oh, it's gonna be so much fun. It's like a family affair.
Yeah.
So anyway, thank you again so much for watching. We are sending you all of our love and all of our positive energy, and we hope to see you in our next video. Mwah! Oh, good job, Mom. You're like a natural at this.
What am I supposed to
Just like make, I guess just make like funny faces, like we're telling a crazy story. We want them to like want to click, because of the thumbnail is gonna decide whether or not they click on the video or not. So we want to make it like really like you're the best person to take thumbnails with. I think in Hawaii we did this and we were laughing the whole time. Almost blew snot out that time. Okay.
I did, oh my god. Did you just fart?
No! Okay, one more. Ready?
I'm right here.
Good job, Mom.